Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly Inside Real Estate webinar. Annalisa, are you there? Can you hear me? And can everybody else let me know that you can hear me and can see my screen?
Looks good from here, sir.
Great, thank you. So today, at the end of last week's session, I mentioned that I didn't promise, but I might go into LinkedIn today. But the more I looked at LinkedIn, I realized I'm not exactly a bona fide expert. I only use it to drop content on, and I actually do get business from LinkedIn regularly and contacts by dropping content. And as I was thinking about that, I was like, well, really, what LinkedIn, what Facebook, and all the other social channels are more about getting conversions through creating content. So I started thinking about conversions and decided to make today's topic conversion tactics, how to get more of your conversion KV core leads to contact you when they're ready to buy and sell, even if, and I know this is blasphemy, even if you never call them ever. So does that sound all right, Annalisa?
I
So,
mean, I did have a momentary gasp of oh, don't call them. But yeah, so make your
well, the
calls,
point is,
please. No, but I totally get what you're saying because this will work even if you don't have the time or you don't call.
yeah, I think the idea here is we're kind of talking about something called attraction marketing, where if you
Yep.
put content out into the space, people are going to reply to the content, and you're going to position yourself as somebody they want to reach out to instead of you having to pursue. So this is not to say you shouldn't be calling.
Yeah.
This is to say that you definitely need to add this to your repertoire. This stuff we're talking about today.
Well, and
Um,
it's all about becoming that community expert, that value-added expert, that person that can answer their questions.
Yep. So let's talk tactical. I'm going to go through a lot today. It's probably going to feel like a fire hose as usual. Feel free to ask questions, everybody. I'm going to drop the document right now. Let me get the link and drop it down to everybody. And I'll get this out of the way because somebody always asks. These are recorded. I'm recording right now. And by the way, if you're watching this on the recording, you can probably fast forward and skip around. If you're on YouTube, you can speed it up. Um, sorry. This is so weird. It won't let me drop the link unless I'm replying to somebody, and nobody has said anything. Annalisa, can you just drop a chat in there?
I did. I wrote a chat to everyone saying, hey, thanks for being here. The session will be recorded and available to view tomorrow, along with the link to our Facebook conversion business page to the videos where those are housed.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan said, please post the document. And for some reason, I can reply to that and send it to everybody, but I can't just post it. Okay. There we go. Okay, so you guys should all have that now, and let's go. So let's start with the mindset stuff. This is stuff you all know, but it's good fundamentals, especially for new people out there or people just getting started with a system like conversion. The real estate sales cycle is long, right? In most cases, people are going to start searching months, 6 months, maybe a year before they actually pull the trigger. Not most, but in a lot of cases. So even though it's long, it's good to keep in mind this is the upside is that everybody you meet, at least, I don't know the numbers for sure, but at least something like 90% of people are going to make a move. They're going to buy, sell, or rent sometime in the next 10 years, probably in the next 3 to 5 years. So if you get that in your head, it kind of changes the way you approach each and every lead because you get in a mindset where you know it makes sense to nurture a relationship over a longer term. All right. So with that said, if somebody just opted into your site, and I see a lot of people struggle with this, they'll have like 20 leads and they're like, nobody's getting back to me. Well, 20 isn't a lot of leads first off, because these are just people opting in to search properties. And there's a good chance they're not ready to buy. So they're not contacting you yet because they really have nothing to do with you in their minds. They're not ready to go see houses this weekend. And most people, they don't feel like they need us until they need somebody to open a door, for better or worse. So a lot of what we're going to do with our content and the stuff we're doing today is actually educate them on that we do have more value than that. I posted a video the other day. I call it the 27% video in the group. I don't want you guys to click and watch that now, but basically it was about how in a big account, it was a lender account, there was thousands and thousands of leads. And I counted the last 100 leads that came in, and 27 of the last 100 leads, not leads that came in, leads that were actively searching on the site. Of the last 100 that came in, 27% were 18 months old or older. So that's just kind of to illustrate this point that a tool like Conversion and KV Core, they're designed to keep people sticky to you, to keep them engaged with you for that long time till they are ready to buy and sell. So that should help mindset wise. Another thing to think about, it's not great, but We're not, you're not the only one who has their info, right? People are, if they're out there searching Tampa homes for sale on Google, they very well and probably are opting into not only multiple real estate agent sites, they're searching on Zillow, they're making the rounds every morning, once a week on Craigslist. And a lot of people use realtor.com too, because realtor.com's got a great app. My wife's on it every day. All the listings are up to date. So, we have other places we're competing with, and we are not the only ones, and we need to rise above the crowd, so to speak. So my theory here, the thing we're going to posit is that content creators are going to win, and they do win because they build top of mind status and they stand out from the crowd. Basically, they differentiate themselves. And I don't want to really cause controversy here, but in the back of my head, I'm like, wow, what if there's a big consolidation due to Zillow, due to blockchain, whatever's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years? We've got Uber out there. And I personally think, hey, a lot of us might end up working for a company like Zillow as like a bank teller, for like 40,000 a year opening doors. Not all of us. So if we want to avoid that fate, it kind of makes sense now to start, putting our flag in the ground, like on the moon or whatever, and saying, hey, here's what I do. I do this particular thing in a niche market, and nobody's better than me. You don't want to go work with that bank teller guy because I've got the goods on luxury, in Columbus, Ohio, or something like that. Like I'm the top guy, and you only want to work with me. So, okay, I know that a lot of this is basic, but I wanted to go through it. All right, sound good, Annalisa? We got the mindset out of the way. Anything you want to add?
No, I think this is a fantastic way to help round out the plan of attack on maintaining contact with people.
Yep. So what I want to go through first is the semi-automated conversion and KV Core conversion tool. So things that the system does for you without much heavy lifting from you. But with that said, you're probably going to want to optimize some of these things. So the first big one, of course, is alerts. And let me log in. I was just logged in, but I must have closed the tab accidentally. 1 second.
And I think while you're speaking to this, just to remind everyone, of course, this is recorded. We will be sending a link to the recording onto that business page for conversion, along with the documentation of these filling out here. And also, this is all encompassing the use of both conversion and KV Core tools. So it's looking at the tools that you have, and then how do I use this within these other social media realms? So all of this is pretty applicable to both systems.
Yep, and the recordings, I have it right under the title too. You can always go back to all the old recordings right there. So the activity stream, we all know, if you look at the activity stream, it shows you everybody who is searching recently on your site. And the way to get this to grow and to get more people coming back is to make sure you're setting individual people up for alerts. And Annalise, you can help me here. The system does automatically configure alerts. Is that for everybody or for only people who search in a certain number of properties? Okay, I might have lost Annalisa for a second. She might have something else. But basically, the system, as far as I know, it does automatically. Yeah, it sets alerts for people automatically, right?
Yeah, it'll do that within the first the system will basically say, okay, we're giving the agent 2 days of which to jump into that contact to set up listing alerts. And then if the system does not recognize a listing alert is set up for a new lead or contact, we will set one up for you based on what that lead has looked at so far. Now, the rub can be is if they came in via maybe a blog or a Facebook ad or something of that nature, they haven't looked at a property per se, but they've signed up as a lead. So it's still super important to proactively jump in and set up those alerts. And also look at their activity stream to make sure they're capturing the whole encompassing area, because the system is going to look at where they're mostly looking to set up that initial listing alert. So as you hover over those tiles, you may see other little hamlets or suburbs or areas around the main area they've been looking, and you'll want to edit your alerts to include those.
Yep. So at a glance, I can see here that some of these people don't have alerts.
Yeah, right? Give those leads the eyeball with that eyeball column too.
Yep, and who's not looking at stuff. So I have my dad or my brother, somebody usually sweeps this for me every few weeks. I'm not very active, but it's a good idea to have an assistant or yourself just go through every new lead, look at what they came in on, what they're doing, and just set up that alert accordingly. You go ahead, Annalise.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to say, it's super handy to use that as part of what's my go-to? Okay, it's day one. I want to hit these items. for each lead. And then you can also have a hashtag trigger setup alerts, which I'm sure Ryan will loop into right now. So there it is.
Yep. So on the settings page, you can do this. I find this to be very useful. So if I have somebody, I have one of these set up, they come in for my St. Pete deals list, which I did an earlier webinar about, and then it automatically sends them alerts in a specific price range. This is going to kill me because I don't know how to get rid of this drawing now. Let's see.
Can you undo?
Drawing goals menu, erase all drawings. Good.
First day with the new feet guy or the new hands?
Exactly. Yes, this is for KV Core. Hadra was asking. This is relevant to everybody. I happen to use conversion more every day. I'm transitioning to Core, but this is going to be very relevant to you too. And you can do the auto alerts with automations in Core, right?
Yes.
Okay. So so that's that. Make sure your alerts are set up. I also have a note here. Set them up for everybody, including past clients.
Yes.
And when you set them up for a past client, just say, hey, I'm going to send you a weekly or a monthly email that's going to send you every property gets listed in a neighborhood. And the script is basically so you can always know the value of your house. And they're never going to say, no, don't send me that crap. They're going to say, oh, cool, thank you. Right? So the benefit of doing that, we've talked about this probably almost every week, but the benefit of doing that is that they're going to see houses that maybe they have a friend or a coworker or somebody they like might be good for, and you're going to get referrals. You're going to get them to pass that house along to the friend. So you're generating buyers there as well as staying top of mind with that past client. Okay. Next, you can send automated texts. I just showed that based on hashtags. You could do it for new leads, but you can also do it for other statuses as well. So you might want to go through your automation settings. Again, in Core, it's just in a different spot, but it does the same stuff. You go into your automation and you say, what's my campaign for Sphere? And maybe for your Sphere, you say, hey, I'll send an automated email or an automated text after 5 days when somebody gets on my Sphere campaign. I'll ask them for a referral, for example. And there's lots of optimization points in the system. So if I go into my leads and I see over here the different things, I can have a different automated text follow-up for clients, for closed people, for active and new leads, and so on. So just a point there, use the automation to ask for things. And the referral text goes something like this. Forgot to ask, do you know anybody you work with, or you know, any friends, relatives, or somebody you work with who might be looking to buy or sell? Yeah, something like that. All right. Now, automated drips based on hashtags. This is where you'll send automatically send updated niche lists every week or so. So we did this about a month or two ago in a session dedicated to this idea. But briefly, what I mean by that is if I go into my St. Pete deals list, you'll see it says, hi, first name. Here's your weekly deals links. And it drops a link. In this case, it's to the same blog post every week, but the links are always up to date within that blog post. Or you can send them directly to a property search. So make sure you build out drip campaigns relevant to the type of property they opted in for. And that'll cover you. It'll give a different way of hitting them than just having the alerts come. Here's an interesting set of links. The next, and I have a link to that earlier webinar. You can also remind yourself to follow up. So this is semi-automated. At different tasks, you can say, hey, text myself and remind me to contact this person. So if somebody goes into Sphere, I can add to the campaign. I can say send on day 30 after they added to my Sphere, text to me. See right here, or I can just schedule a call straight up in the system. So schedule a call, and it'll just be contact 30-day follow-up. So you could build campaigns based on the different statuses. And this only really needs to be set up once. It's just something that I know a lot of users don't do. Go through each of your statuses for contacts and make sure there's some automation set up that's reminding you to do these things along the way. And it might seem a little confusing at first, but really you have a lot of flexibility here to mix and match and do the exact type of follow-up you want to do, and to kind of keep yourself accountable within the system for doing the follow-up stuff that'll get more conversions. And of course, you can also, this is basic, you can also do follow-ups within a contact record. So if I go to, I don't want to assume that everybody knows how to do this. So let me go here to a contact. And what would you like to do, I believe, right? And it is, man, I haven't done this in a while.
Part are you trying to do again?
Set myself a reminder.
Oh, action.
Here it is.
Notify me
Yeah,
if they're
action,
if their
sorry.
visit.
So quick note, follow up quarterly action plus 1 month.
Yeah.
Like that. And then
That's
I'll
a
set
good
it.
shortcut.
Yep. So you can
And
either
you
do that. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was going to say you could also use the notes tab and then add a reminder.
Gotcha. So that's that. That's sort of the manual stuff, but the system is semi-automated. You kind of have to do a little work to get the system to do that for you. Next thing you might want to do that's manual is, oh, I missed one. The advanced, I just want to drop this in there. Advanced, use the webhook script function to send automated voicemails and postcards. I'll add a link later to the training I did about this, but this is very high level, but just know that it's possible to go into these drip campaigns and send a webhook, and then through Zapier.com or through the API of third-party services like Slide Broadcast, you can send automated emails. There are systems out there that will let you send an automatic postcard and things of that nature. So for now, I don't want to open that can of worms and show you how, because it's a whole hour showing you. I did a video, and just know that that's possible. Yeah, Dwight, we can do a webhooks training. I also have a video about it. Maybe I'll release some more content standalone on that. It's just, I don't know that we dedicate a whole webinar to it, because it's very, it's in most cases, you're probably going to want to get somebody who's kind of a programmer on staff, at your company, or a third party to set that up, because it's hairy. But it's very good to know that the system can do this, and it's there and available for you as an automated way. Cool. So now let's get into more fun stuff here. Some manual conversion tactics. First thing I have ISA, but I want to hammer home the point. Sure, you can use an ISA. You can do all this in conjunction with your ISA. But before you hire and spend the money on the ISA, I would say, I don't know if this is going to go counter to what a lot of coaches are saying, but I would say try creating content every day for a month first, and see what you like. See what you like better, because the content creation is a lot of fun, and you really might not need an ISA when people start responding to your content, reaching out to you. Now, what you can do, another manual thing, is you can friend every lead on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. A lot of our leads will come in. This isn't a good example, but we'll be able to see their Facebook profile here. And you can try reaching out, and this will help. I mean, you might find a commonality between the person. Maybe you know somebody in common. Maybe you went to the same school. I don't know if I'm going to have much luck finding one. Well, yeah, here, this looks like it pulls this picture maybe from Facebook. Does that usually show up right here, Annalisa, on the main record? Let me find it.
Yes. I mean,
So
you should see the. What are you looking for?
The link to their Facebook profile.
Oh, so if you click on the "What would you like to do?" Find on Facebook.
Yeah, so you can Facebook chat with them right here. Find on Google, find on Pipple, find on Facebook, find on LinkedIn. So if I go find LinkedIn, it may or may not find. But here we go, general contractor. So great, I can connect and then say, hey, yeah, thanks for connecting me on LinkedIn. You opted into my real estate website. And just having personal conversations over social and committing some time every week or every day to do that is not going to hurt, for sure. Facebook profile. And then I can try to find the note there. Okay. All right, so find on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and of course an assistant or an ISA could easily help you do that as part of what they do every day. They can go into every new lead, try to stalk them a little bit, but teach them how to not be pushy. Hey, you opted in for my website, are you trying to buy? Instead say, hey, you were on my website, what's up? How long you been in St. Pete, Florida? Make small talk, just like you would if you met somebody at a party. Next thing you can do, this was what I did before all this tech, existed in the early 2000s in Philly. Every lead I got, it was work, but it worked like gangbusters. I would create them a hand-picked list straight from my MLS, and I would ask them if they wanted one first. I think a lot. It's just, hey, thanks for checking out my site. I picked out a few listings I think are really good deals, I think might work for your situation. Feel free to tell me about your criteria. If you start doing this, especially for the people, at least for the people who reply, you're going to be able to take the relationship to the next level. And it doesn't take long. You probably already know a few really solid listings. It doesn't take long to do that research and make the person feel like you're already working on their behalf. And there's going to be a little feeling, that they need to reciprocate. If they see you're doing work for them, they kind of start to think that you're their agent. So, and the other cool thing there is that the competition probably is not taking that extra 10 minutes on each lead to do that kind of thing. You can also include a personal video if you want, using services like BombBomb, or just upload a video to YouTube and send the link directly. That's up to you. It won't hurt, of course, but don't feel like you have to do that. Just creating the handpicked list will be a big addition to your follow-up strategy. Next thing is create a standard welcome video. So instead of having one for everybody, you individually creating a standard one, you can create one that's like, hey, thanks for being on my site. And this is very easy to do. You got to do it with your phone. I bring up Screencast-O-Matic every week because it's my favorite tool for all this content marketing. Or and you could just download Screencast-O-Matic to your computer. You can use the web-based version and just record yourself in front of the screen. Hey, it's Ryan with FloridaBuySellInvest.com. You were on my site the other day. I just want to say hello. I'm a real person. I'm here for you. Just reply or comment wherever you see this video. Let me know. Give me a call. Let me know what you're looking for, and I'm happy to reply. Even if they don't, even if you send that video out to everybody and 9 out of 10 don't reply to the video, they at least get to see who you are, and that's going to help you when they start to get email drips from you, know who you are and what you're about, as compared to the competition, who all they know of them is this name that keeps getting, automatic drip emails sent. So this is something a little different, and it's only going to take you a few minutes to do, maybe 5 minutes to record it, right? If you're not, don't get too hung up on looking too professional and you're just yourself. And then just a few minutes, you can go and add it to your drip campaigns. Any existing funnels you have, just add a link to it that goes out automatically, either in auto text or in the emails. Another thing brokers can do, you can probably even send something like this as an auto text as the broker or team leader from the top down out of the broker settings account, and just say, hey, I just want to introduce myself. You are on our website. One of my teammates is going to be in touch. So if you want to make sure this happens at a global level, you can do that. And then maybe as an agent, the agent does their own individual video. They really start to feel like, hey, this is a company on top of things. They're saying hello to me personally, and it's not a bad tactic. So next thing you can do with a standard welcome video is you can add it to retargeting campaigns on Facebook and YouTube. So again, you can do the same exact thing, fire up a system like Screencast-O-Matic. I do this some weeks, but I'm not going to do it now. I was sitting in my bedroom, but basically just in front of the screen, hey, thank you for being on my website the other day. Just wanted to let you put a name, a face to the name. Here I am. And you can run that right inside Facebook as a retargeted ad to anybody who was on your site in the last 3 days. Or, you can build a custom audience. So it looks kind of like this. And I think in the doc I have somewhere down, I have, the retargeting webinar. It'll teach you all about how to do that sort of thing right there with more specifics. So basically, I would go into my Facebook Ads Manager. I would add a custom audience. I'm going to go to Audiences right here. It's taking a minute to load up. And I can pretty much create an audience based on people who just were on my site. And then I can show them my hello and welcome video. And this is really powerful stuff. Again, this is content that takes you minutes to create. You can put it on autopilot with the retargeted ad, and nobody else in your market is doing this stuff. So if I go right here, website traffic, I'm creating my audience, all website visitors in the last 3 days. Cool. And this is recent leads, whatever I want to call it. And now I can go and run a Facebook ad with a video view, a video view Facebook ad that only shows the people who are on my site in the last 3 days. And it's just me doing a personal touch. Hey, thank you so much for being on my website. Just want to let you know who I am. And if you're thinking about buying, just reach out to me. Here's my cell number, something like that. So that's that, creating a standard welcome video. This one right here is probably my favorite, these two next ones. So let me draw a circle. I'm going to try to use this. All right. And this alone, if you can pull this off, this doesn't involve doing a video, even though a video will help. But if you can just identify one really good property, like something that you think is underpriced and is going to sell tomorrow because it's just, you could even call it the undervalued property of the week, hot buy of the week, hot deal. If you can just create a quick paragraph about why you think the property is a good deal and then email it out to everybody in specific hashtags or everybody in your database, you're going to get very good ROI on the time spent doing this. So let me get rid of my drawing tool again and go in and just kind of show you how to do that. So if I go right here, if I go to quick actions, I can do mass email or mass text. So I can go mass email. And I've been building a list of people who are opting in for deals in St. Pete. So I just clicked on that and it's opening up my Gmail and it's going to have everybody who's in that hashtag ready to go. All right, St. Pete real estate deal of the week. Hi, check this out. 24th, there's a house across the street from me, 2450 44th Street South. Cute little one bedroom, awesome rental, only 80K. I've got, and then you can say, I've got a blog post about it, or head on over to, and then link to conversion website, right? Check it out. I'd paste the link to the property right there, or reply to this email and I'll give you more info about why I think it's such a great deal. And what that just takes me, I did it fast because we're on a webinar. I probably would have spent another 2 to 5 minutes just crafting it, not using shorthand. I might have included a picture in the email or something like that. But I can push send, and now these 100 people, it's 63 people, 63 leads I've gotten over the last month or so in that hashtag are going to get an awesome deal from me related to the thing they opted in on. So this is very high value, high dollar stuff that doesn't require a lot of effort from you because you're out in the market anyway. And all of you guys right now probably know one property that you would buy if you were liquid. If you had unlimited cash and just sitting in your wallet, a property that you would buy. So basically just talk about what that property is and mass email it out. You can do it the same way via text. If you're going to text, I would just send them a YouTube video link, but that's me. Send them a little more content in a text that they can click right off their phone. Or do what Shane did. I have an example here. Shane, who works at Bond Tree Mortgage, he likes to send open house notifications for the agents he works with. So I have this link here for you guys to check out. And he got a ton of responses recently. He just says 3 open houses this weekend brought to you by Joel's Group. Check out. And then in the text, he just links over to the property on Facebook. And he actually linked directly to the Facebook post, but he could have easily linked, of course, to the property on the conversion site. So what he did was actually pretty ninja here. He linked to the Facebook post, and then each of these is going to go into the property on the conversion site, which is a really cool tactic. Man, I learn something from that guy every day. He's Yahoo. All right, let's go. So let's go here. Shane's example. So note, and I have an extra note. You can mass email, mass text based on hashtags. I think I just brought that up. So that's that. Now let's jump into the really fun stuff. And Annalisa, slow me down if you need to. Did I miss anything there with those features?
I don't believe so. And
Okay.
the cool thing is wherever we house this, whether it's YouTube or Wistia, you do have the ability to slow down the frames. So we can slow him down to less than squirrel.
Okay, cool. Yep. All right. Yep, just rewind if you need to. All right, so next, this is the fun stuff, creating blog content. So of course, all of our conversion sites, our KV core sites, have the blog functionality. We can go up here to quick actions. We can click add or edit a blog, and very quickly we can create content. And I would posit that almost any piece of content we create, including that update email that I just sent, that is actually a blog post, even if it's just a couple of lines. Here's an interesting property. That could be a blog post, and you can now link to the blog post out. But anything we create can be put onto our conversion site as the main house of our content, and then we'll syndicate it from there. So let's go here. Oh, this is killing me, my OCD, real quick. I copied them from week to week. I had the old title there. All right, Create blog content. All right. So the advantages, of course, the more content, the better. You're going to have some SEO benefit from putting more content on your conversion and KV core blogs. The other thing is that our blog posts show up in our automated property alerts. So earlier we talked about setting up alerts for everybody. As the alerts go out, they're going to include links to the latest blog posts. So you're going to be able to get more eyeballs on that content and give people more ways to interact and gain trust in you. It makes your site stickier, gives people more stuff to do. The more amount of time they spend on your site, the better chance they become a lead. You know, if they click in and they look at a specific property, but they're not sure about opting in, but then they go and they read an impressive blog post or see a cool video from you, they might feel more comfortable becoming a lead. So it makes the site stickier and makes it convert higher. And of course, there's a team effort here from an SEO perspective as well, because the more content, the better as Google is concerned. So, everybody should be adding content on a regular basis. And from the top down, if you're a broker or team leader, you might want to consider mandating content be put on the site either once a week or twice a week or something. So here's the protocol. Every time you create content, post it to the site and syndicate. Typo here. Post to site and syndicate it. And what that means is we're going to put the link to that content in the blog post wherever we can think to put it. We're going to mass email it out, as I just showed you. We can also add it to drip campaigns. Good question, Angela. I think I skipped that. So when we add a blog post, let me show you. So say I went add edit blog, and I'll just pick one of here's all my old ones here. It will be posted to our site under the blog section. So here's a live blog post here. And usually you can find it under your agent/blog. I've actually put a request in. I personally would like to see it maybe as a main item in the navigation, so the content's less hidden. But the content will also show up here in the sidebar and in different places around the site. You see the latest blog post under here. So yeah, there's not one place it's posted. The site itself does a good job of kind of bringing people's eyeballs to it whenever possible. So, yep, there we go. So what I was saying was you can mass out, email out every time you create a blog post, send it to everybody. You can also add it to drip campaigns where relevant. So as I create fresh content, I'll go back on each content piece. The one I was just showing you was, let's see, how to refinance your mortgage and get money for repairs. So this one probably would be pretty relevant for people who are past clients of mine, maybe 6 months out or a year or two out. So I could go back, add it to my past client drip campaign for all of those people. And this is a lender content I swiped from a lender, which is a good tactic in and of itself. So, because it's going to add value, and I didn't have to create it. I stole it from my lender, right? So, yeah. So add it to drip campaigns. Post to all your social channels. This almost goes without saying, but it'll only take you 5 minutes. Go post it on your Facebook personal, your Facebook business. If you're active on Twitter, if you're active on LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, wherever else you're active. If you're not active on these channels, don't feel nervous or anxiety that you can't create content until you set up these accounts. I would more create the content first and just go wherever you happen to have a presence and focus on those few channels. Oh, I'm forgetting the big one. Shows how old I am. Instagram. Still got to get with that one. All right. So that's, you're going to syndicate on every channel. And then the next thing you can do every time you create a piece of content is you can go and create a Facebook ad or a YouTube video ad using some of the pay-per-click strategies we've done in recent weeks. And you can create a whole funnel around it. Now, I like to use rich content in order to generate engagement and build retargeting lists. It's a little more advanced, but even if I do a video about a specific property and I show that video in a Facebook ad and nobody really opts in and becomes a lead, I can then remarket to those people who have engaged later. So make sure you create, if you have good content you've created, create ads around them, paid pay-per-click ads. Good question. How do I share a blog post on social media? Well, one way is to just take the link and post it, right? So usually here's how I would do it. I just grab it from my URL, my browser, and I just go post it. It might take a few extra minutes, but I just do that. Maybe I grab the video, I take a screenshot of it or something. I am noticing something that hopefully, Annalise, would you mind making a note, or I'll try to remember. I don't see social sharing icons in the new template theme we have here.
I believe it's in the works.
Okay,
I believe
cool.
there's been a feature request, but we can welcome the feature request. In fact, like I'll look to see if there's a current one that we can ask people to vote up, and if not, we can submit one.
Yeah, we need actually, I'll get with them about this. We need a hard share with your friends like we see on a lot of sites. It needs to be really, really clear right here toward the bottom and maybe up top too. So yeah, but for now, guys, go ahead. That's a great question. Thanks for bringing it up. Just copy your link and head right on over to Facebook and post it. And maybe add a comment that pre-sells it, whatever you need to do. Hey, I just wrote a blog post. Do me a favor. It never hurts to ask your friends, especially on your Facebook personal page. Hey, please go give it a look. Share this if you can. I'm trying to build my real estate business. Thanks a lot. Something like that. Okay, so what to blog and create content about is our next section. And I'm going to go nuts here. Any of the things I'm about to say, you can actually just keep repeating. You can pick just one of these ideas and repeat it on a regular basis and have a good content marketing plan in place. So first one's going to be featured properties and lists of properties. Property search of the day, new construction homes under 350,000 in Pinellas County, right? You can basically go to your website. I'll use Joe's website here. But you can go to any county, anything in your area, actually go to more options, and you can pick any of these options from the drop down and do a post of the day. So single family homes with basements, right? And you can have a minimum price over 750,000 in Monmouth County. And you could do that as a blog post, property search of the day, post it, or you can just post that on a recurring basis, post it to your social channels. And you've got a nice simple template there that will, over the course of a year, if you do that 5 times a week for 50 weeks, that's 250 posts. It stands to reason you're going to generate some leads, and you're going to remind some people who know you, who might not interact with you, like acquaintances on Facebook, that you are in the business, and you're going to get the stray deal or referral from that. So that's the first one, definitely property searches. And I have a link to the earlier webinar. If you have the problem with the subject, if the picture not posting on Facebook, that's not always conversion or Core's fault. Facebook's always changing what shows, and it's really hard to get their OG, it's like their parameters to show. Just go ahead and copy or save the image onto your hard drive and just upload it with the post. It only takes an extra second. It doesn't happen automatically. And actually, I suspect that you're going to get better edge rank from Facebook if you manually upload as opposed to using that. That's just something I seem to have noticed from my own posting. Like when I have something automatically posted or shared, it seems to get less engagement than when I manually create a post and add, upload a video or upload my own pic. Next kind of post, list posts, right? So 5 hacks for first-time home buyers, 7 things you'll need in order to get a mortgage. This is a good one, 3 hottest neighborhoods to invest in St. Pete, Florida. So just give lists of things in your area. 4 best new construction, 3 best deals. I thought of this one the other day. 3 best deals being offered by new construction builders in Pinellas County. I think this is a pretty cool one because who doesn't love doing a new construction deal where when you send a buyer to the model home, you might not even show up and then you get a commission because they do all the work. So 3 best deals being offered by new construction builders in Pinellas. And you can just talk about the incentives that builders are offering. That makes for a great blog post. And you can build a whole funnel around that with a paid pay-per-click ad and just follow up with news and updates about new construction projects and price reductions and things of that nature. Okay, next thing you can always do is interview a local resident or business owner. Any business owner is going to love it when you do that kind of thing. I did a video for York PA Train Store about 10 years ago now. If I Google York PA Train Store, there's my video from May 16th, 2019, so 9 years ago. It's had 7,000 views. I never spent a dime to promote that video, and the owner thought I was awesome. He loved me.
Hey, and Ryan, just an aside to that, when I moved to Texas a few years ago, the welcome package that I got was in conjunction with a local realtor, and they had actually created like a scavenger hunt throughout the town when I moved there, saying, okay, here's where you go to get your hardware stuff, here's where you go to get this, and they actually had content built in to introduce these people and gave me a little map. And it was a great way to get to know my town. So that might be something you could work up locally as well to tie into this type of video.
Yeah, so you could do a whole series of posts, post content for local businesses.
Yep. It was all about, hey, where do I get my light bulbs, my cleaning supplies? What's the mom and pop shops? Like the hardware store gave me a bucket and a list and said, go fill this bucket, and then I got to leave with it, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And you're hacking into people who can refer you to lots of other people because they own businesses. So,
yep.
While you're there, ask them if you can put your bobblehead doll on the counter. I gotta bring that up every week. All right. Just Google business card bobblehead doll holders for anybody who's wondering what I'm talking about. All right. Next thing, very easy, real estate investing tips. So if you're pretty good at real estate investing, record quick little 2-minute videos about investing in real estate negotiating tips. Anything that comes up in your daily day, and maybe every morning, think about what happened the day before and just bring it up. Maybe you had an issue with a home inspection that you were able to negotiate, and and it was you think a first-time buyer might find it useful. Just record a quick video about that and get it out there. Series of videos digging into specific clauses on your standard contract. So you can pull up Screencast-O-Matic, go to the mortgage contingency clause on your standard contract and say, hey, Ryan here today, just want to talk quickly about the mortgage inspection contingency and explain it to you, in depth right now. And you spend 5 minutes drilling in on what that means. And there's also a little leverage there because in the future, when one of your buyers asks about that, you can just point them to the video, and have them get their question answered. Webinars with your lender, or just straight up steal your lender's content. So this is if you have a lender who's creating content on a regular basis, we did a co-marketing one of these sessions 3 or 4 weeks ago, definitely use their content on your blog. Why not? And if you can do a webinar together, like a first-time homebuyer webinar, all the better. Neighborhood tours, just driving around the neighborhood. Open house, Facebook Live. I've seen some people do this. I think I've even done it now that I think about it. Years ago, I was trying to sell my own house. You just fire up a Facebook Live, or at that point, it was a YouTube Live, I think, or Google Hangout, and just broadcast the open house. For those of you who couldn't show up today, here's what we're doing. Another type of post is what I'll do to sell your house. So you could have a series of posts about marketing tactics that you'll employ. I actually did an example the other day and posted it into the Facebook group, and I have it here on my real estate content site that you guys can go ahead and share for idea. You can just grab the video if you want and use it, or get ideas there. Market updates using area pages. I don't know if everybody knows this, but you can go to your conversion site right here, and if you scroll down, usually, it always happens, but you can basically go to your site /area, and I'll do my hometown, Lakewood. Hopefully it works. No. So I know this agent is in that area, but I might have it wrong. Here, it's down here. It says areas we cover. Oh, I had area. It's areas /brick. And then you get this nice page that shows you all the stats, and you can record a video, a screencast video of yourself talking about a market update in that specific area. Very easy to do, very quick. Doesn't take a lot of brain power to do that. So I think in the document I had an example I had posted to the Facebook group of me doing one here in Gulfport, Florida. All right, and then a ninja tactic. I almost didn't include this, but it's one of my favorite things. You can also make money from generating content. You can endorse third-party trainings and content. So if any of you guys are affiliates of real estate investing stuff, maybe you're a member of a local investing group, or a product that you buy for other business activities that you do that are related to real estate, there's no reason why you can't talk about that thing and position yourself as a savvy marketer. For example, I think Conversion still has its own affiliate program. So you could just say, hey, I just want to take a minute today to talk about the technology and the marketing automation that I'm doing for my real estate business, and thought maybe some of you guys out there would find this interesting. So you could use that video for recruiting. You could use it to make other real estate business owners in the marketplace, see that you're a savvy marketer. Maybe they'll want to list with you because you're doing some stuff. It's an opportunity. And then, of course, you could share your link over to Conversion and maybe make that $500 commission that Conversion's offering. It's right down here in the lower left dashboard, by the way, what I'm talking about. So,
yeah, so for Conversion, that's where that one lives. And on KV Core, if you click on the dashboard and then the My Business tab, it's like it says activity calls, task calendar, My Business. If you look just a little bit down to the bottom right, you'll see earn $500 for referral, and you'll say click here to refer. So it's available for both the KV Core and the Conversion dashboards on that referral program.
Cool, yeah, and you know, you can kill multiple birds with one stone here. Not only can you use the content where you're talking about conversion to position your company, you know, it's another benefit you're offering at your company, but you can earn the commission in the process. So that's just the type of content you can do. Where was that, Annalisa? I'll show everybody where to find it. My Business right here, right? And yes, My Business, and then down here at the bottom right, earn 500 for referral. Okay, and then that transitions nicely into recruiting. You know, you could do a post about know anybody who wants to be an agent. Talk about your life as a real estate agent. You can add that to your blog, syndicate it out. You can show your latest commission or residual check for those of you guys who are companies who do that sort of thing. You can interview a top producer about the life of being an agent, you know, of being a real estate pro, and use, you know, that's relevant content. There's a lot of people out there who are have thought about becoming joining the real estate business. So you can put that on your blog, talk about what you do from day to day, and you might attract, you know, not only people who might want to work with you, but they might come and engage and see you as somebody they can ask questions of, and that might lead to conversations that then lead to real estate deals if they don't end up joining, you know, the real estate business or joining your company. So it's relevant content for sure. And then the last thing I had here on our big rant list, we're about 47 minutes in, was our mobile apps. And this could be a big conversion point if we can push people on using the app, right, Annalisa? So I'm trying to. I'm going to totally. I'm totally stuck. Where do we find the links to our apps to give to people?
I am working to get them added to the marketing, or I'm sorry, not the market, to the marketplace. However, I can make sure to drop in all of the links to everyone right now. I just post it a couple times a week in the discussion groups, but I'll make sure to drop it into the information now.
Yeah, I'll get them on the doc too. But if you can get somebody using your app, that's a big deal. If they, you know, if they get in the habit of pulling it out every time they search, there's a better chance they're going to end up working with you. So that's about it. If there's any questions, guys, I'll stay as long as you guys have questions. And I have a few extra resources. I have this site, freerealestatecontent.com, where I dump content that I create. And it's all, you're welcome to steal any of it and use it however you want. So feel free to use that stuff, you know, in conjunction with the ideas above. And for some context, I have this perfect PPC funnel video that I put in a group a week or two ago. And a lot of that funnel is not so much about the actual pay-per-click traffic. It's about retargeting and re-engaging people with content. So in order to generate conversions. So I have those two links there. Okay, a couple of questions, right? Dwight, you can insert a link to a video that's uploaded into YouTube. I heard somebody say there might have been an issue in Core or a bug, but definitely in regular conversion. And when you create a blog post here, you should be able to pop your video.
Yeah, within KV Core, there's actually an icon. Instead of like the little video camera that was in Conversion, if that's what you're familiar with. Within KV Core, there's actually two little icons that look like the two little arrows pointing towards each other. So it's right next to the left of the chain icon.
Oh, the source code, you mean?
Yep, that's where you would drop your embed code for your video.
Gotcha. Yeah, so just embed the actual code from a YouTube video. So if I go to YouTube and then I go share, I can get the embed code right here.
Yep, grab that and away you go.
Yeah, I can paste it in there. Where'd it go? Like so, and then hit OK, and my video will show up in the post.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see, any other questions? I'm scrolling down. Can you show just your own blog posts on your site? I don't think that's a setting. Am I wrong about that?
From what I understand, KV Core is set that way, so you can limit that. It is not an option within the conversion system.
Okay. I've heard this question before. I don't think there's a lot of risk. When somebody's in your system and they're a lead with you, if they go click on another agent's blog post, they're going to
They
stay
only
with
see
you.
your contact information. Yeah.
Yeah. Neighborhood. Okay, so only input cities on the area pages. I think right now it's mostly just whatever's available from the MLS. Okay. So yeah, thank you guys for the questions. Did I miss anything, Annalisa?
I don't think so. I do want to say that, as we're continuing to do these sessions, we're really relying on you, the users, to be like, hey, what about this? Or I ran across this, what would you do? So I really encourage you to drop us a line via training@insightrealestate.com and say, here's what I'm going through, here's what I'd like to start pursuing, this is where I'm ramping up to go after, so we can take these ideas and incorporate them into these sessions. So that way, we can be really proactively trying to assist you.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Some weeks it happens, and I would love to be stumped, and I'm sure I'm missing stuff here. So, guys, if you don't get something, if something came to mind while you're watching this right now, or you're watching it on a recording, just comment, and we will reply.
Yep.
Okay, so if that's it for today, I'm going to go ahead and end the session. Next week, I might have something good next week, Annalisa. I might have a guest to talk about Facebook Messenger and all the different ways we can use that, and specifically Facebook ad campaigns using Messenger. So that's kind of a new frontier. Lots of fun stuff. Okay, see everybody later.
All right, thanks, Ryan.
Bye.